It's happening, folks. The righteous are staying righteous and the wrong are doubling down. But justice is coming and it's searing its way into Johnny's skin, seeking to rectify all that is wrong with the world. So on the Johnny Somali side of the world, we've got a lot that's happened. Recently, Johnny's lawyer from the Eastern District has registered in the West. He's taken over as the sole representative of the case, as the other lawyer that Johnny had was court appointed. So Korea's like, well, since you got your own, you don't really need ours now, do you? I don't really think this helps Johnny, of course. He's gonna need all the help he can get, but at the same time, a lot of his help has been pretty incompetent. It should be no mystery, though, that the Korean justice system has not given him much of an inch, besides letting him walk around freely on purpose to let him dig himself in deeper. And I'm not gonna be nice about it. Johnny's paid lawyer is a dumbass. I still remember this man saying, "Oh, they can't arrest an American citizen."
They can't put an American in jail.
Gwang Ho Choi is literally a tax litigator. A lot of the charges Johnny is being investigated for are in stage 4. Some of them are still in stage 2 or 3, still being looked into. So you can bet your sweet ass that we'll have even more content in the future. As for the here and now, though, Johnny is up to 6 charges. He's got obstruction of business. That was when he was yelling at an old lady for doing her job. Another for the fish stuff. There's a charge from him harassing people on the bus. I'm not sure specifically which one this is from. I remember 2 to 3 instances of this happening. One where he was twerking on some people and the other when he was playing loud music. There was an unconfirmed obstruction of business charge, which may or may not be the Lotte World charge. And then there are 2 more deepfakes. And the case itself is heating up again. You see his court date is up to the 16th now. And he's got a new victim. This one's come forth and they're pretty angry, even going as far as to request all the documents that the court has, as well as getting one of their lawyers. Generally speaking, it's pretty uncommon to see this happen, unless, of course, they wanted to take him down a peg. Now, Johnny had 2 streams, and since then, a lot of his enemies have been intimidated, targeted, doxxed, or harassed, thanks in part to the loyal side of his community. In his Discord, there's probably like 2,000 people, and only 50 of them actually care about him. Everyone else is just spying on him. But that little bit of support that Johnny has been enough to cause a fair bit of turmoil, be it a little bark or a little bite. On the other side of things, the sane side, people have been focusing on Johnny's deepfake charges, one of which is also his 6th charge. That's the newest one, and it may or may not be related to Bong Bong. This is not the deepfake. It was used to create it, though, as Johnny pumped this deepfake out into the world saying, "Hey, this my girl," causing great humiliation to the streamer. Given Johnny's reputation, you really wouldn't want to be associated as one of his friends. I could think of no greater displeasure. So Bong Bong has plenty reason to dispute this, and the only reason we know it's a deepfake is because she went to the police in the first place, which was the right course of action. Can you even imagine being known as the girlfriend or the friend or anyone of that nature of the most hated monkey in Gen Z? And to show you just how repugnant Johnny Somali truly is, this is how he treats an innocent woman that he victimized. The retaliation attempt made here happened roughly 2 months ago, give or take. But the deepfake was produced and distributed right around the beginning of Johnny Somali's South Korea arc.
Tell y'all this, bro. Guess who's fucking getting charged too? Like, I can drop really knowledge on you niggas, bro. That stupid bitch Bong Bong. She showed that image as well on her stream, right? So guess who went to the police station? I put charges on Bong Bong ass. Bong Bong getting charged too, nigga. Like, I'm not playing with these. I went to the court. I'll put charges on Bong Bong ass, the fat ass young man, the fat Snorlax got charges. Bro, I went to the police and said, I'm a victim. This Bong Bong bitch, she showed her
If I'm going down, you're going down, huh? Oh, how charming. I keep telling people, with this level of charisma, I cannot believe that Johnny's tongue is not made out of silver. It is astounding to me that this is a deep fake in the first place. So there's a couple of issues here. First off, Bong Bong did show the deepfake, but that was not for the purpose of clout chasing, or bragging, or brownie point farming. No, she showed it on her stream as criminal evidence against you, Johnny. Her situation and yours are not comparable, because you're the one that actually created the deepfake. You're the one who humiliated her.
I already charged Bong Bong with the same shit, Uno reverse, and Young Men's in jail. Dude, I hate that bitch. She did the same shit to Homeless. Homeless asked her, yo, can I pay you $20 for pussy? And she did the same shit to that. This bitch is mental retarded, bro. She not got, bro, I don't give a fuck. I put charges on her ass too. You play games with me? We can play games, bitch. Yo, bro, that bitch is in fucking Indonesia opening, bro. How could that bitch be sexually anything, bro? That bitch was in Indonesia the other day on Kick showing her pussy like this on the camera. What the fuck? I'll tell the judge. This bitch is a fucking OnlyFans. You know, making porn is illegal in Korea. Like, doing OnlyFans is a crime. There's a couple. It's rare that they do this, but there was a bitch making hundreds of thousands in Korea on OnlyFans. They took that bitch's bread. The government took the money.
So the thing here is that I don't know what to believe, so I'm not going to believe anything. I've said it before, but Johnny is a serial liar. It's in his best interest to make Bong Bong look like some promiscuous whore, especially now that they've entered legal contention. But you see, that doesn't really matter. Two wrongs don't make a right in a legal system. Ideally, it's best to follow this standard as much as we can, but I know that realistically it's not always that simple. It is here though. As of now, Johnny is facing a maximum possible sentence of 31 years. Yeah, you heard that right. 31 años. And it's not confirmed yet, of course. We have to wait until his sentence. But at the end of the day, not all of his crimes come without mandatory prison time. And I don't mean his minor crimes that he's already been charged for. We're talking the more serious ones like CSH, which he also did at Lotte World. Those ones will carry mandatory prison time. So it's exciting to know that he'll at least face some time in bars. Though I don't imagine they're going to be lenient in this sentence. I don't even think a corrupt judge would want to show leniency to someone like Johnny.
Got charges, bro. I went to the police and said, I'm a victim. This Bong Bong bitch, she showed AI of me.
I've always laughed whenever I saw something like this, whenever he puffs out his chest, trying to be all manly and tough. But in all reality, it just makes him look like the fucking pigeon that he is. It's a mere act of comedy at his expense. Jokes aside, here I've got the post where Bong Bong spoke of her going to the police, both when it was written in her native language and after it was translated. It was in her doing this that they were able to grab the fabricated image and confirm it was a deepfake. This was all it took for the courts to belt out another devastating charge, i.e., one of the two deepfake charges, so you can see why RKI is crashing out. Here is his community. You can see Bong Bong really cooked up a storm, simply by doing the most sensible thing a person in her position can do. These are the sorts of stuff that make it all too easy to document and compile evidence that will make up the ink that seals Johnny's fate. Imagine being so stupid as to live stream a crime and then do it again and again and again. Yet Johnny is so stubborn, incredibly so in fact, that until the very end he'll never concede publicly. Well, enjoy prison, dumbass. This one's just blatant disinformation. Here they're just calling her names again because that's all they're really good for. And this is the only sensible thing anyone in that Discord has probably ever said. Johnny's trial is coming up in 5 days. I don't think it's going to get delayed. I don't know. But I'm really hoping it won't be delayed. I do enjoy the Koreans' legal process. I know not everyone does, but there's nothing wrong with the completionist strategy. Until then, I'm gonna have to make another video. General rule of thumb: no consecutive Johnny videos, as the world doesn't revolve around him. But I find a shameful amount of pleasure in covering this case. Well, 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 would you look at that? You made it to the end of the video. That's something that less than 20% of the human race has the capacity to accomplish. But I'm not ready to let you out into the virtual wilds just yet. See, if you enjoyed this video, then it's important that I remind you this is a video, and that I don't need to use my words to convey my desires. But if we look at things from a weirdly specific lens, and there are two subsets of living creatures with relative intelligence. You have humans and mermaids. And the shitty thing about being a human is that they can't seduce handsome and sexy muscular sailors with their beautiful singing voices. That's a quality that only the mermaids have. But if you want to undergo that magical mutation into a mermaid, there's only one thing you need to do. But yeah, I'll catch you Chads and Chadettes later.